trip, I ramp up my own expectations. I pass that on to the students, and they own it as well. So raising the aesthetic bar, and then building bonds. That a lot of choir is about making the friends and having the experiences, and those really gel on the trips. Trips are a lot of work. I really appreciate when parents say, thank you so much for putting this on, because sometimes I wonder if, because it is kind of optional. I don't have to do this. Not every choir director does, and some choir directors do more, and I've kind of set what's appropriate for me. So know that I'm doing it because I do think it's valuable. And when I go on a vacation, I want to go with my family, and when I go on a trip, I want it to be about the kids. Disneyland trip is, I've got to pay deposits on various things. So what I've asked for by this Friday, if you're interested in the Disneyland trip, is the $50 deposit. And that will allow me to make deposits on hotel rooms and reserved spots and Disneyland's costs. What's going to happen at Disneyland? We're going to perform on stage at Carnation Plaza, and then people walking through the park or eating lunch. Well, like the cafeteria is right there at Carnation Plaza, or one of them. And so people watching, I'll also try to coordinate with another choir director who's on that day and watch their choir, and they'll watch us. And so we perform on the stage, and then we do a backstage clinic with somebody in the Hollywood industry. And they talk about what it takes to be a professional gigging musician in the LA area, and then they talk about recording sessions. How does the music get on the movies that you're watching? And somebody performed it, and then we take our try and we pick out a song and we sight read it, because that's what the pros do. They just you got to deliver, and so we sight read the music while listening to the soundtrack on their fancy earphones. While listening to the orchestra playing, and then we do it again. That's overdubbing, so we sound like twice as big. And then we watch the movie with us singing the soundtrack. And so it's an experience that the kids always take away really strong feelings about. So that's the Disneyland trip. At this point, the trips are for the advanced choir, and we'll see what numbers look like as far as beginning choir students who have made a lot of progress and are maybe thinking about advanced choir, hopefully thinking about advanced choir. It might open up. The next year, I hope many of you got the email because you all filled out Google Doc. Overwhelmingly, people are interested in Costa Rica, but I need to give you another survey, because we have to fine-tune what it's going to be. So I'm working on that, but do know that we're aiming towards a trip to Costa Rica next year, 2015. Last year we went to New York, and that would be advanced choirs. So hopefully a nice incentive for beginning choir singers to stick with the program. So that's trips, and thank you for being so patient up there and looking so lovely. Everybody's looking. We're going to sing 3 songs. Cerf-Volant is from La Choriste, a movie about World War II, a school for boys. Some of them are orphans, some of them it's a day school, and they do have family, but they are in this school. And that's somewhat lovely. I didn't ask you to do this. You want to say what it's about? No. So this is called Kite Flying, and it's parents will relate that it's like the child is the kite, and the wind takes them and takes them away. And you're saying, but don't forget where you are from. Don't forget who is holding the kite string. Come home.
Thank
Black is the color of my true love's hair. I'm sure you caught that. An American, I think it's an Appalachian folk song. And our final selection goes back to the time just after Shakespeare, The Land of Purcell. And this is Sound the Trumpet. And you might wonder what a hot boy is, because it's not a hot boy, it's a hot boy. And a hot boy is a trumpet. It's the name of a trumpet. And it's just funny that it sounds like a hot boy, but it's a hot boy. And it's a trumpet.
So